But I'm not a brother no more, man.
Huh?
I'm not a brother no more, bro.
Because of what?
Just because I'm not, bro.
Explain.
I'm not a brother. You said I'm son, a father, a brother. I'm not a brother.
Do you have any siblings?
I mean, I love my sister, but I don't think I'm her brother no more.
I just need more closure with, you said you're not a...
I think a lot of the stories are becoming out of control and super extreme. Again, you know, you start one way, and then as it builds, there's thousands of people coming in, creating a new narrative. And when you do your research or your due diligence on it, a lot of it doesn't come.
Brandy just put her own brother Ray J on blast, and the streets are shook. Yes, that Ray J, the self-proclaimed chaos king, the man who gave us one wish, too many messy reality TV moments to count, and those sunglasses he swore would never break. His name is buzzing again, but this time it's not about music, not about business. It's way darker. Allegedly, Brandy dropped hints that her little brother might be tied up in something way more twisted than anyone thought. Let's keep it a buck. Ray J been out here screaming "Free Puff" louder than some of Diddy's so-called industry sons, while everybody else is sprinting away from Diddy's mountain of lawsuits, investigations, and those wild late-night party whispers. Ray J is right there, front row, standing tall, 10 toes down, defending him like his life depends on it. He's been jumping on IG lives, sitting in interviews, and popping up on podcasts, showing Puff a loyalty so strong it feels less like friendship and more like a calculated move. And that's where Brandy slides in. She's not just any big sister, she's the vocal Bible, the icon who built her career while keeping her reputation spotless. She's always been the one teaching Ray J how to act when the cameras were rolling. But now, it looks like Brandy's tired of staying quiet, and her words make it sound like her brother isn't just showing love. He might be trying to snatch the very spot Diddy could be forced to leave behind. Brandy has always been the sibling everybody points to as the respectable one. So when she allegedly throws shade at Ray J for clinging too hard to Diddy, people stop scrolling instantly. Brandy don't just jump into drama for fun. She's not built like that. If she's dropping hints, it feels less like pettiness and more like she's either trying to protect her brother or straight up pulling her own name out of his chaos before it drags her down too. Meanwhile, the internet is going crazy, digging up every moment Ray J shouted about Diddy's innocence, replaying every clip where he bragged about being front row at those infamous parties. Folks are even stitching his latest sit-down with Anna, where he had the nerve to call himself the new Diddy. Like, seriously, read the room, bro. The feds are circling, the headlines are getting nastier by the day, and you out here talking like you're auditioning for the throne. That's either blind loyalty or a cold strategy. Now listen, I'm not saying Brandy flat out accused her brother of making some kind of blood sacrifice move to slide into Diddy's spot. But that's exactly what the streets are whispering. And those whispers are starting to sound more like shouts. And here's the wild part. The real battle ain't happening in courtrooms. It's happening on Instagram, Twitter, and every gossip blog with Wi-Fi. Ray J has been repping #FreePuff like it's his new mixtape campaign. Every other day, he's posting a clip preaching about how Puff looked out for him, how Puff doesn't deserve all this smoke, how people should pray instead of hate. Loyalty is one thing, but fans are side-eyeing heavy like, Ray J, why you louder than the whole industry combined? Why you carrying Puff's weight like there's a check waiting for you at the finish line? Brandy has always been the polished one, the untouchable big sis who never dips her toe in the mess. But this time, she allegedly slid through with a little shade. No loud rant, no all-caps meltdown, just a slick surgical comment that hit harder than any drag. It felt like an expose hidden in plain sight, almost like she was warning her baby brother, don't get it twisted, this loyalty you're showing Puff might not just be about love. and you're playing with fire. That's why when Brandy speaks, the world listens. She doesn't insert herself into drama for clicks, so when her words drop, people dissect them like prophecy. And the media, oh, they had a feeding frenzy. Some outlets framed Ray J as the ultimate loyal soldier, standing by his mogul mentor, while the rest of the industry scrambles for cover. Other headlines flipped the script, saying Ray J was chasing clout, waiting for Diddy's empire to crack so he could slide in and crown himself the heir. And the messy blogs, they took it all the way left. They stitched Ray J's endless free puff clips with his interview on Kai's show, painting him as the apprentice plotting to snatch the boss's chair. Meanwhile, the fans are split down the middle like a courtroom jury. Half of Twitter swears it's just mentorship. Of course he's defending Diddy, that's family to him. But the other half, they're dragging him, saying Ray J wants to be the new Diddy so badly he's willing to stand right in the flames. And hovering above it all is Brandy, people breaking down her words like scripture, saying she's finally tired of cleaning up Ray J's chaos behind the scenes. One wrong slip in public, and that's all it takes to keep this tea boiling hot. If the public is already side-eyeing your motives, the last thing you need is your own sister hinting you might be plotting something behind the scenes. And when you stir in Ray J's track record, that's when the whispers about sacrifices and shady scandals start sounding a little too familiar. Let's not forget, Ray J has a resume of chaos. His name has been tied to drama for years, and folks never let him escape it. You literally can't bring up Ray J without somebody mentioning Whitney Houston. Back in 2012, when Whitney tragically passed, Ray J's name was everywhere. The official report ruled it an accidental drowning, with heart issues and substances in the mix. That's fact. But the blogs, the gossip sites, the conspiracy corners, they've been whispering for years that Ray J was allegedly too close to the chaos surrounding Whitney's final days. Fair or not, that shadow still trails him like a storm cloud. And Brandy, being Whitney's sister in spirit and in song, felt that pain firsthand. So when she allegedly shaded Ray J's loyalty to Diddy, the internet connected the dots in seconds. People were like, oh, she knows something. She's seen this story play out before. Because Ray J, he's always found ways to stay in the spotlight, but not always for the right reasons. The infamous tape with Kim Kardashian, that scandal practically launched an empire. His reality show, For the Love of Ray J, straight chaos. His antics on Love and Hip Hop, Hollywood, legendary mess. Staying relevant has always meant dipping into drama for Ray J. People been whispering about those parties for years. The guest lists stacked with A-listers, the wild behavior nobody dares put on record, and the rumors that what happens behind those doors ain't just champagne and music. And who always seems to pop up in those same stories? Ray J, allegedly not just showing face, but active in the mix. He looks way too comfortable in that world, even while everybody else is sprinting the other way right now. Stack it all up! The Whitney whispers, the reality TV scandals, the infamous tape legacy, and his constant presence at Diddy's most notorious gatherings. And suddenly, Brandy's side-eye makes perfect sense. This ain't just loyalty. This is Ray J placing himself right in the eye of every storm. And then, with all that history trailing him, Ray J stares straight into the camera during that Kai interview and declares, "I'm the new Diddy," not "I look up to Diddy," not "I learned from him." No, the new Diddy. That's the moment the internet exploded, calling it like it is. Ray J doesn't just want to defend Puff, he wants to snatch the throne. But here's the million-dollar question. Is that raw ambition or flat-out desperation? Is Ray J chasing the bag, or is he stepping into something darker? Something Brandy might be trying to warn him about before it swallows him whole? And pop culture history proves this story ain't new. Think Jermaine Dupri trying to mirror Diddy's blueprint in Atlanta, or even Solange carving her own lane while Beyonce held the crown. There's always that understudy, that sibling, that protege waiting for the king to stumble so they can step in. And let's be real, Diddy is drowning in scandals, with his freedom and empire hanging by a thread. Bad Boy's kingdom looks shaky. And right there on Instagram, Ray J's basically screaming, "Pick me, coach, I'm warmed up." Let's not forget, this is the same Ray J who will be on camera crying his heart out one day, then clowning like nothing happened the next. Chaos is his comfort zone. It's where he thrives. But sometimes that chaos ain't strategy. It's just him being himself, unpredictable and messy. But then there's that other layer of whispers, the kind of talk that keeps the blogs buzzing. Allegedly, Ray J's name has been floating for years in those conversations about Diddy's infamous parties. The street's been side-eyeing like, is Ray J just another guest in the room, or is he a full-on player in the lifestyle? That rumor alone keeps the fire burning, painting him not just as the new Diddy in business, but maybe in other ways too. All alleged, but y'all already know. Once the gossip machine smells blood, they build a whole empire of stories off it. And that's exactly why Brandy's alleged shade cuts so deep. Because in one breath, it feels like she's saying, Ray, you embarrassing the family with all this loud loyalty. And in another, it's like she's hinting at something she knows, or at least strongly suspects. It's giving very much insider tea without spilling the whole kettle. The parallels are messy, the spins are flying, but the bigger picture is clear. It's not just about Ray J's ambition. The real question is whether chasing Diddy's legacy is a blessing or a curse. And Brandy sliding in with that slick little comment, it makes it look like she's warning him that he might be stepping into quicksand. And baby, if you thought Brandy's alleged expose was bad, just wait until the ripple effects hit. Because if she really let that truth bomb slip hinting Ray J might be too close to Diddy for his own good, then the fallout won't just stop at Ray J's reputation, it's gonna shake her brand too. Brandy's been through her own storms, no doubt, but she always carried herself with dignity. So when the public saw her allegedly throwing shade at Ray J, the reaction wasn't, oh no, she's messy now. Nah, the people said, wow, Brandy really out here holding her own brother accountable. And instead of tarnishing her image, it actually polished her halo even brighter. It made her look like the voice of reason, the one willing to stand for truth even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's family. That's not just the vocal Bible, that's the moral compass in the chaos. But for Ray J, this moment is make or break. Either it's his biggest flex yet, or the biggest flop of his career. On one side, aligning with Diddy keeps him shoulder to shoulder with power, and in the entertainment game, proximity always matters. That new Diddy line on Kai's stream wasn't random, it was a headline grabber. He wanted people to see him as more than Brandy's wild little brother. He wanted to scream, I'm mogul material. But here's the rub. Diddy's name right now is drowning in lawsuits, raids, and endless allegations. To step into that shadow is like borrowing an umbrella that's already full of holes. You're still getting soaked, and the streets don't forget. They still whisper about Whitney, they still clown Ray J for that tape, and they still remind him more as Brandy's brother than as an icon in his own right. So if he really thinks this is his mogul moment, he's gotta face the reality. Half the internet sees him as nothing more than a man who built his brand by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And let's not forget, the industry is watching every single move. Brands, networks, and bag holders don't like chaos they can't control. They don't like lawsuits, they don't like instability, and they don't like mess spilling over into their money. So if Ray J's public spin starts looking less like loyalty and more like clout chasing for the crown, those bags will vanish real quick. So what do y'all think? Is Ray J building his mogul moment or writing his biggest mistake yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next one.